15 famous songs you didn't know were made in Germany.
Wow.
By Philly from Germany YouTube channel. Love her channel. She has a lot of energy. And when I saw this video, I was like, we need to react to it. I kind of recognize the guy in the thumbnail. Anyway, yes, let's get started.
Let's go.
99% of you know these famous songs, but I bet you had no idea that they were actually made in Germany.
Okay, let's go.
Hallo, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hallo, servus.
My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio since 2016. I think it's safe to say that German music generally doesn't have the best reputation in the world. I mean, classical music, sure. And of course, most people know the band Rammstein.
We reacted to this song.
Nenas 99 Luftballons.
Yes, we reacted to this one too.
But aside from that, I'm assuming most people mainly think of this. Or maybe something like this. Which is why I think you'll be very surprised to find out that a lot of really famous songs, you know, songs that you probably thought were by American artists or British artists, were in reality made in good old Germany. And if I'm being honest with you, there are songs on this list that I didn't even know were German until I started researching for this video. And not to be all,
Number 15 will shock you.
but the last one really will shock you, so stay tuned. Let's actually start off easy, because I think of all the songs on my list, this is probably the one that most people do know that it has a German origin, and it's this one.
Oh yes, Scorpion. Wind of Change.
Wind of Change
Hey,
by...
to be fair, if we had not reacted to German music, I would not know that it was German.
True.
Because I thought it was American all along until we reacted to German music. But this song is huge. In the radio in Canada, it was huge.
Scorpions. This song was written in September of 1989, right before the fall of the Berlin Wall, which is why it kind of became the anthem of German reunification at the time. Well, that and Looking for Freedom by David Hasselhoff. The Scorpions are a hard rock band from Hannover. They've been around since 1965 and still tour to this day. Now you might be wondering, why are there songs in English when the band really is from Germany? Well, after the end of World War II, it actually took a while until German-speaking music was considered cool again in Germany. Because for a long time, all of the music that was popular with young people was from Great Britain or from the US. You know, Elvis, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. German-speaking music, on the other hand, was largely considered somewhat outdated and stale.
Junge, komm bald wieder, bald wieder.
Schlager. Is that considered Schlager
So German
music?
artists who wanted to make pop or rock music at the time almost exclusively wrote their lyrics in English. And that really didn't change until the 1970s and 80s, when the Neue Deutsche Welle movement became a thing, the new German wave, and the German music industry finally embraced German-speaking pop and rock songs too, such as 99 Luftballons. But even then, most German artists stuck with English, which of course also allowed them to reach audiences in other parts of the world. The Scorpions, for example, are currently playing an international tour for their 60th anniversary, and even have a short residency in Las Vegas this summer. Now, Wind of Change wasn't their only international hit. I'm sure most of you also know this one.
Rocking like a hurricane.
On number 2, we have a song that was associated with a huge scandal. And I'm sure most of you know about the scandal. But did you know that that scandal was actually brought to the world from Frankfurt, Germany?
Girl, you know it's true.
Oh yes, we've heard of this. We reacted to when we reacted to a music video, to discover that it's not a person singing. It's a lip sync. The real person is another singer that sings from something, and every time that they go like this, it's pre-recorded or something. Like you lip sync. it was lip sync.
Yes, I'm talking about the band Milli Vanilli, which was created in the year 1988 by German music producer Frank Farian. The band consisted of Rob Pilatus, who was born and raised in Munich, just like myself, and Fab Morvan, who was from Paris but moved to Germany at the age of 18, where he met Rob. Now, of course, the big scandal was that after Milli Vanilli had become successful all over the world and even won a Grammy for Girl You Know It's True, it was revealed that the two didn't actually sing on their own songs and were merely lip-syncing during live performances. The real vocals were recorded in Frank Farian's studio by musicians from the US. By the way, there's a great German biopic film on this whole story that came out in 2023. You can watch it on Amazon Prime with English subtitles.
They fool everyone, even the people giving an award.
Yeah, how come?
I don't know.
Can only recommend that movie. I think it was really well done. And then there's also an English-speaking documentary about them, also from 2023. Of course, Girl You Know It's True wasn't their only song. You might also know this one. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. Or this one. Now,
it kind of looked real, but it's not.
Around Milli Vanilli, the mastermind behind it all, undoubtedly had something like a magic touch when it came to international hits, because Milli Vanilli wasn't Frank Farian's first successful project.
Oh.
Which brings us to number 3 on this list.
Oh! Boney M!
Yes, Boney M was created by Frank Farian too, which means that he produced all of these massive world hits in his studio in Frankfurt.
Oh, I love this one.
Well,
Yeah, I
Rivers
like
of
this
Babylon and Sunny were both cover versions. Daddy Cool and Rasputin
At least they were
original
singing for real.
songs that Farian also co-wrote. Boney M was founded in 1974, and their main success took place in the 70s, so over 10 years before the Milli Vanilli scandal. But Farian already used some of the same practices. The very first Boney M song he ever released was actually produced and sung just by himself.
Baby, do you want a bump?
Okay, that's
Only
not that
after
good.
that song became a hit in the Netherlands and Belgium, he put together an actual music group consisting of 4 members. And while they did all sing live on stage, only 2 of their voices made it into the studio recordings, and Frank Farian continued to do the male vocals himself. However, when Farian openly talked about that in an interview at the time, it didn't really cause any outrage. What's kind of funny is that several Boney M songs have recently become really popular on social media apps like TikTok.
She's crazy like
Of course.
Now let's jump ahead
wow,
a
I
few
didn't
decades
know that.
to this party hit from 2005.
Every time we touch,
Oh, yeah.
I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can
Wait, I thought this was
Every Time We Touch by
Swedish?
Cascada. Now, the chorus of the
Oh,
song is
Germany.
actually by the Scottish
like
singer Maggie Riley from
American?
1992.
Can't you feel my heart?
Yeah.
I want this to last. Need you by my side.
But the dance version by Cascada is the one that people all over the world are familiar with today. Cascada is a German trio consisting of the singer Nathalie Horler and the 2 DJs and producers Manuel Reuter and Jan
Manuel.
Pfeiffer.
It's because
Another big
Germans
song by
sing
them
so
that
well in
you
English.
might know
Sometimes you
is-
think they're American. Oh, yeah.
And now let's jump ahead a few more years to the year
Cascada.
2012, when in the German city of Kassel, 2 20-year-old friends recorded this song in their childhood bedroom.
Milky Way. Yeah, this guy sounds so American, like the most American guy that you can see, Milky Way.
Stolen Dance by Milky
Oh, Milky
Chance,
Chance,
aka
Milky Way.
Clemens Rehbein and Philipp Dausch, who have since become one of the most successful German bands in the world. In 2014,
Really?
they even got to perform on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Before them, the only other band from Germany who had ever been invited was Rammstein. Other songs by them that you may have heard before include Flash Junk Mind,
And we were bound to the city light, flashlights when we fall down.
Oh, such an interesting voice.
Cocoon, and Down by the River.
Down by the river, I was strong by your grace into depths of oblivion.
What's funny is that the student radio station that I worked for after high school, M94.5, M94.5, was one of the first stations who played Milky Chance at the time, and they actually booked them for one of their live events a few months later, but by then, the band had blown up so much that the whole event was suddenly sold out, and hundreds of people who would have never attended otherwise suddenly showed up to
Can
the
you
event.
spot me in the
And
crowd? No. Are you the one in front here? Is she her? Maybe not. She was in the crowd.
She was in the club. But to be
Hundreds
honest,
of people who would have never attended otherwise
Yeah, right.
suddenly showed up to the event just because of Milky Chance. Remember how I talked about Boney M songs being big on TikTok? Well, there's another song that I was very surprised to come across in a TikTok dance recently.
Oh,
This is the song Brother Louie by the German band
Wow.
Modern Talking, but I've also been seeing some of their other songs having kind of a revival on social media recently, such as You're My Heart, You're My Soul,
the people that use it on TikTok have no idea it's German.
or Sherry Sherry Lady. As you can tell, this is total 80s music, but I guess it's kind of having a comeback these days.
Yeah, it's cool.
Modern Talking was a band that most Germans are very familiar with to this day, and it's honestly kind of a controversial band. Some people love them, but I would say most Germans don't really like their music a whole lot. But also both Thomas Anders, the main singer of the duo, and Dieter Bohlen, the songwriter and producer, are still very much active in the German
Why you
music
guys don't
industry
like them?
today. Bohlen has been a judge on the German version of American Idol, Deutschland sucht den Superstar, since its very first season in 2002,
Wow.
and has kind of been the German equivalent to Simon Cowell, since he's known for his harsh comments. And because he's been a very successful songwriter and producer even after Modern Talking, he's always referred to as Pop Titan in German media. So
Pop
Pop
Titan.
Titan. But even though they're both still active in Germany, Thomas Anders and Dieter Bohlen don't really talk to each other anymore because they've had several big fallouts over time, which they've partly fought out in public. From what I remember, it was basically all about who of the two was the real creator of the band or was responsible for their success, since Dieter Bohlen supposedly never actually did any of the vocals for the songs, which he denies, while Anders wasn't involved in any of the songwriting or production of the songs. So much drama. Okay, before we get to another few major pop songs, I want to take a quick detour into the world of techno and 90s Eurodance music, because Germany played a pretty big role in that genre, and even I had no idea that these songs were all made in Germany. This includes major hits like
Oh, this one. I thought that this guy was from Australia at first.
Yep. What Is Love was performed by the Trinidadian German singer Hathaway,
Hathaway.
and was written and produced by two Germans as well. Who would have thought? Then we got
Oh yes, snaps.
Rhythm as a Dancer by Snap, which is a German Eurodance group that actually still exists to this day. This song was created in collaboration with the American singer Thea Austin. Next up,
This is the beginning of the 90s.
Mr. Vane by the Eurodance project Culture Beat, which also still exists today. And even though the project was and is based in Germany, this song features a singer from the UK, Tanya Evans, as well as American rapper Jay Supreme.
Oh wow, that's German too. Oh, I love this song. This was huge in the radio in Canada.
Even Coco Jumbo by Mr. President
Wow.
was made in good old Germany. Just like
Oh, really?
Narcotic by the German rock band Liquido. So I guess this one technically doesn't fall into the Eurodance category, but I feel like it has a very similar vibe. And then there's this song that little 5-year-old me used to call her favorite song for a while. I think this was like on a summer vacation in 1999 or so. And I literally had no clue that this was German until a few days ago.
Oh. I think this song you told me it was popular in Thailand too,
Samba de
right?
Janeiro, which, as it turns out, was produced by the German pop group Bellini, but at least one of the writers of the song is the Brazilian percussionist Ayrton Moreira, I think is how it's pronounced. If you can think of any other Eurodance songs that you used to listen to in the 90s and that actually originated in Germany, let me know in the comments below. But getting back to a pop classic, on number 13 of today's list, we have
Oh, Forever Young by Alphaville, right?
Forever Young by the pop synth band Alphaville from Münster, Germany. This song has been covered numerous times over the years, and
Yes, a
even
lot.
Jay-Z sampled the song.
The girls cut, I'll be fine.
Another big hit by the band is their song Big in Japan, by the way.
Yes.
And before we get to the last big pop song that most people would never guess to be from Germany, I want to take a quick detour into the world of film scores. Because did you know that this
Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean.
this
Wait, isn't that all Hans Zimmer?
and this
Oh, he's German. Hans Zimmer. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know he was German. Okay. Well,
is all from a German composer? Yes, of course, I'm talking about Hans Zimmer. The last name Zimmer
I didn't
literally
even know it was
translates
German.
to
I thought
room
it
in
was.
German, by
I
the
don't
way.
know where
He's
I thought
without
it
a
was
doubt
from.
one of the greatest film score composers of our time.
Yeah,
and
he's
has won
the
2
best.
Academy Awards and 5 Grammys so far. He was born in Frankfurt, Germany, but as a teenager, he first moved to Switzerland and then to London for boarding school.
Man, the
And that
ending
brings
of
us to
Inception
the
is
last song on
crazy
this list.
with that
Number
spinning.
15. We have all party to the song, without a doubt. But even in Germany, most people don't know that this song is actually from Munich.
A little bit of Monica.
Mambo, Mambo. What's the name again? This one was also huge in the radio in Canada. I mean, when you look at them, it's hard to know they're from Germany. I mean, they're probably like mixed, so you know.
Yes, Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega is German. Well, mostly, because it's technically based on an instrumental song that's also called Mambo number 5 by the Cuban musician Damaso Perez Prado from 1949, but the lyrics and the rest of the song as we know it today was all created in the Munich area in the late 90s, and Lou Bega, the singer, was born and raised in Munich to an Italian mother and a Ugandan father. Which of these songs were the biggest surprise for you, and can you think of any other famous songs that most people don't know are from Germany? Put it in the
I don't
comments
know,
below.
but-
As of recently, you can also get my videos on Spotify, by the
I
way.
would say the most that the video is universal, the more it's going to be difficult to know like where it's from, especially when the English is perfect. You know, when the style is kind of universal style, it's hard to know where it's from exactly. Because especially me, I grew up with the radio. There was no social media when I was a teenager, so it was impossible to know where the music was from.
Especially me. Like in Thailand, I not even like listen to a lot of the music like from overseas, thing like that, and like a lot of them I not even know, even like from the American thing like that. But I know Avril Lavigne though.
Avril Lavigne? But you know where she's from?
Yeah, she's from Canada.
Okay, you know. Why do you know Avril Lavigne?
Because I like her song, and I think she was quite famous.
And I think Michael Jackson is huge also in Thailand.
Oh yeah.
Well, for you, the problem is not knowing where they are from. It's knowing that the song exists.
Yes, that's the
That the
thing.
singer exists because before we started all of our YouTube channels, Suji didn't know a whole lot about
No.
foreign music and everything.
Yeah,
So.
but since we reacted to like the European channel thing like that, I like start to know more. Even was it that song Is it love? What is it love? I don't remember.
Is it love? No more.
No! Short hair lady with the dark hair guy. What about love? Is it? What is love? No, I don't remember.